There have been a fire explosion in Nigeria. Mbote, all man for Africa, Sawabona, Asaloduna, all. And a time for we to concentrate for ourselves. You know, if we don't take care of each other, we don't love each other, then we can never be united as a people. And it's unfortunate, say, when something happened for Africa, you go around Africa, all the newspaper, you don't find it. But if something happened in Europe or in America, Africans are the first to post on their social media network to congratulate or to say, Je suis Paris, je suis this and that. There is something terrible going on in Africa and nobody is saying anything about it. And today is Monday. I want to take you to Lagos, Nigeria, in motherland Africa, for us to see what is going on there, for us to sympathize. We as Africans, we must take interest in African affairs and what is happening along the states in Africa. If we do not show care, then we do not show love. Show me your love, show me your care, and I will see your love. If we keep on showing concern and interest in what is happening in the international media, and we show less concern about what is happening in motherland Africa and with fellow African brothers and sisters, then we do not care about each other. We are a new generation. We must start developing interest in Africa, developing love and care, so that Africa life would indeed matter. Life matters as much as we care about those lives. If you think that American life or white life matter, is because they have a system in place and their people do care. If something happened in America, they do care so much that everybody would take interest in it. So that is what we have to do in Africa. We need to go for Africa, for show it the way it happened, for show care, so that all Africans will care about what is happening and love fellow Africans. So I want to take you today to Lagos in Nigeria. There have been a fire explosion, a petroleum pipeline explosion in Nigeria, in Lagos. The explosion have led to a shock wave that have destroyed houses miles and miles away, and in particularly a school, a boarding school that is just about the Lagos Abadan expressway in Nigeria. I just get information from Nigerian activists, and so when I see, these are the videos, these are the images coming from Nigeria. We see very horrible images of students being pulled out of the rock by civilians with their hands. The services, the fire service are not there, the rescue service are not there. We need to raise this awareness that our government is supposed to be there to save our people. Government is not just there to employ the friends and the relatives of those elites. They are there to provide services. With all the money in Nigeria, we expect better. These images are horrible and are horrifying for us all. So we as Africans, we need to care about our people and love them and be informed about them. If this was an incident in America or in France or in the white man land, you find all Africans sympathizing, looking at the names of the victims, talking about their pain, contributing money, volunteering. Even some African government will be sending money over there. It's time for us African people to look back. It's time for us African people to care about what is happening in Africa, to put human face, to actually donate our money to help the victims of such disaster, and to put pressure and raise the expectation. Because if the people do not have that expectation, then the government do not have any incentive to do better. We have to ask the Nigerian government, how are they spending the dollars, the millions of dollars of petroleum money to see such scenes with civilians with their bare hands struggling to rescue students? We understand that Catholic school, Bethlehem Catholic School in Abolo, Ado area, government area there, it is around Lagos, Abidan Highway Express. That is where that school hosts about 400 students who were at their dormitory. It's a girls' school. It's horrific to find our children, our girls, suffering and being rescued on the hands. We don't know. We have to follow up to find out if they will have sufficient treatment in the hospital. The Nigerian government should have enough money to take care of them, including to come out and do study about those pipelines, those petroleum pipelines that are everywhere in Lagos. They have to do something about it to make sure that human life is indeed put at the center of government policy in Nigeria. We encourage the Nigerian people to hold their government to account, to make sure that every single victims will be compensated. If this happened in white man land, even if a white man country, I tell you, those families will receive enough money to take care of themselves and the victims. We need to take care of ourselves. We need to show value to the poor people. The era where you have an elite class of people that have been put there by the colonial administration to take care and just make sure the system exists so that the poor people can just exist while they live their life and facilitate the exploitation of those resources. Enough petroleum have left Nigeria to abroad. It's time for us to start to ask the Nigerian government, what about helping our own people? What about improving the life and take responsibility for the safety of the citizens of that country, and make sure that such things will not happen again. It should never happen again to have this amount of people being exposed to the danger of petroleum pipeline. They have to take measures to solve this issue. We want to throw light on this, and we stand together with the Nigerian community at home and abroad to say that we are one, we belong to you. And I encourage all Africans in Zimbabwe, in South Africa, in Uganda, in Kenya, and all the youth to care about these incidents and to spread the news, to show concern. That concern is political capital. That is what actually makes a difference. That is the incentive we can give to our political leader to make the changes that we require for the African government and institution to serve its people. So God bless you. Have a wonderful day, and let us continue to pray for Nigeria to make sure that they can face the challenges and have a political transition. The political power in Nigeria, they enjoy a degree of democracy, but we believe that the system still in charge, the Nigerian constitution, have a lot of work to be done to make sure that the resources of those countries are made available to the private sector, to the banks, to enable the citizens of that country to be able to develop that country to its full potential and participate in the general African economic community to make Africa a better place for us to stay home and have no need to travel millions and miles away to the diaspora to make a living. We can do that at home. God bless you. My name is Capo Daniel.